Welcome to the Webb Report. My name is Stuart Webb. Tonight I wanted to talk about Greenland. Most of us don't really think about Greenland. It's definitely not really a country on our radar or a region on our radar. But in light of the Venezuelan situation with Maduro being captured, with us invading, sending our special forces in and capturing a president of another country, we need to discuss this Greenland situation. So, right when Trump got in office, he started entertaining this idea about just conquering Greenland, right? Just taking it. And I saw this today, interesting, just an interesting post by the wife of Stephen Miller, who is Trump's I believe, Homeland Security Secretary. Let's go to his page real quick. Yeah. White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Yep. As well as United States Homeland Security Advisor. He's been involved in both Donald Trump's, in both terms, in both administrations. And his wife posted this. It said soon, and then a picture of Greenland, right? And we need to take that seriously in light of what happened. We're in different times now, and 15 years ago, when I started studying just politics and current events and just things of that nature, and why things worked the way that they worked. I began to learn about the Hegelian dialectic, okay? Thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. We see it all the time in politics. And essentially what that is, there's a couple different versions of what the Hegelian dialectic is or how it's portrayed. In the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, it's called Ordo ab Chao, or order out of chaos, right? And the Hegelian dialectic piggybacks on that philosophy, or they're all intertwined. They mean essentially the same thing. So we see this a lot in our current political situation worldwide. Is that governments that are infiltrated by organized evil. Okay, these are highly organized operations all over the world, and they create chaos so that they can then create their order. So it's problem. So there's synthesis, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. And what that means really is problem, reaction, solution. So the people in power create a problem, then they create this reaction. They plan the reaction, or they can direct the reaction, and then they provide the solution. Okay, it's like when people talk about controlled opposition. Okay, so this is what when I view the world, this is I can view it in a very left-right mainstream paradigm, like Republicans, Democrats. I can view that if I'm going to have a conversation with someone. I can see their perspective, and I can see that perspective. But truly, all I see when I see what's going on is I see order out of chaos. I see Hegelian dialectic. I see the people in power, the organized evil that's in power. It's not disorganized evil. It's organized evil. There's still infighting within that, but it's organized evil trying to bring in what they want. And these moves by Trump, they're doing it so that they can get a reaction, and they want a certain reaction so that they can provide the solution. So, I mean, we're talking about conquering Greenland. We're 40 trillion in debt. We need to, again, I'm going to harp on this. We need to enforce natural law here at home and respect the natural rights of the American people. That's all we need to be worrying about. The federal government does not need to be worrying about invading other countries, even if they're bad, even if we can objectively say that they're maybe a bad country. That's not our responsibility. Certainly not conquering Greenland or starting more fights, basically being offensive. This is not, we can't pay our bills. There's massive moral decay in our country. We do not need to be venturing off like this. And I believe that is by design to be a distraction from the real problems, the moral decay, the violation of natural law and natural rights here at home. So we need to be aware that they're prepping us for this Greenland, that Greenland's probably going to be next, right? We just witnessed it on a world stage. Our military went in and just took out, just invaded a country and took out, a president, a sitting president, and told us that we're going to run that country now. So I would not be surprised if we see Greenland next. Now, I also, in kind of viewing this Greenland, being reminded of the Greenland situation, what Trump has teased, it also reminded me of the movie Greenland, which, I mean, it's a very entertaining, like a post-apocalyptic movie. I mean, or a disaster movie, right? It's entertaining. It was well made back in 2020, so it was an entertaining movie. And the whole plot is, a meteor hits the Earth, and they need to get to these bunkers in Greenland. Okay, but also what I was reminded of is that the second one, Greenland 2, is coming out in like 4 days. It's coming out this Friday. So I don't know. I think that there's some maybe predictive programming or just, prepping the public for this topic of Greenland that may be a topic of discussion. So anyway, wanted to discuss that. I saw that. So Stephen Miller's wife posted this soon. Okay. Kind of just hinting that, hey, maybe that's coming. So she probably has some inside information, given that her husband is an important person in the Trump administration. And listen, there's a lot of people in the Trump administration that I think are very well spoken. They, at least publicly on the surface, they say a lot of things maybe I would agree with, but I don't trust any of them, and I don't really support any of them. I don't support either side. I do support what's right, and I'm against what's wrong, and that's the kind of things that we need. Those are the kind of positions we need to be taking. So the more that if this administration continues to violate natural law and natural rights, then I'm not going to support them. And same with whoever else is in office, if we even see another president. I don't know. But this is something that we haven't seen. We haven't seen an administration this brazen in a long time, since the Bush administration. But remember, the Bushes, they had a big natural disaster that they were able to use for their benefit, right? To accomplish what the agenda that they had. They had 9/11, and they also they still went through at least the channels that you're supposed to go through, like going to Congress and getting a vote for military action, which I still believe that Congress should have declared war. If we were going to invade Iraq and Afghanistan, you need to declare war. There's something called marque and reprisal in the Constitution that basically allows you could have a vote on it and have the executive powers go into a country and apprehend someone who maybe has you could apprehend someone who is a threat to national security, or someone who actually has attacked a person or a group. You can go in and actually send your troops in and try to apprehend those people if it's voted on, though. Like, you have to still have a vote. So I'm not aware of any vote in regards to this Venezuelan situation. I don't know if Congress said, yeah, we're going to give you the authority to go in and do this. I'm not aware of that, but maybe I'm misinformed or not informed about it. But anyway, this could be next. Greenland. I've said it before. I was concerned about it when Trump teased it, back almost a year ago, and I think we need to take this seriously. At least have it on our radar that this could be a thing, that this could be the next Conquest, and that has international implications. It has national implications. Overall, we should not be in favor of this. And the Venezuelan situation, which I'll talk about more, this is clearly a distraction and a way to we have a failing dollar. We're in massive debt. We're not even in massive debt to other countries. We're in massive debt to an organized crime syndicate. So yeah, we need to recognize that a lot of this is to distract us from what we really need to focus on, which is enforcement of natural law that is laid out in our Constitution. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be posting stuff hopefully consistently this year. So have a good night.